Hi everyone! Today I'm very excited to share with you a few pans of the White Nights watercolors. I do have the full set that I still haven't reviewed. I'm sorry, I will do it at some point. But I also have these colors that are pretty new. 6 of them are from 2019 and I've got 3 that are from 2020. And they're a line of pastel colors and I thought that would be a lot of fun to try these out. So they come in a full pan, which I believe are a little smaller than the traditional full pan, but still have a lot of paint in them. They have 2.5 mils worth of paint in them, so it's pretty nice. And I was able to get this set of 9 colors for less than 25 bucks. So I think that's a really good deal for the amount of paint that I get in there. Those paints are professional watercolors from Russia. They're very highly pigmented and most of them are very light fast too. So they're lovely watercolors to play with. The wrappers show all the information. It shows the pigments, it shows the opacity, and because they are pastel colors, they of course all have some white in them. Every single wrapper shows PW6, which is titanium white, and it's pretty opaque, and that's what makes those colors pastel-like, and that's also the reason why it makes those colors more opaque than regular watercolors. That said, I didn't find them to be chalky at all. I think the colors are really pretty. And there's a nice variety, although it kind of looks like there's a lot of blues, purples, and pinks. I think the difference is clear enough that I'm glad that I have all those 9 colors. So I didn't set them up in a particular order. I kept the order that I saw on Amazon when I saw them, just as a reference really, because I really didn't care. We have a coral, lilac, rose quartz, lavender, pink peony, royal blue, peach, mint, and dunes. I noticed that some of them dry a little darker, which is interesting because usually watercolors dry a little lighter. So besides showing that they all have the PW6 pigment, which is a titanium white, all of them have 3 stars light fastness, which is their highest light fastness, which is really nice. And they all have that full little square, which means that they are opaque. The labels also all show a triangle that's half full, but I have no idea what that means. I haven't seen a chart with those triangles before. I can't find them on the box that came with my set, so I really don't know what that is. If any of you know, please let me know and share with everyone. When I was done unwrapping all my colors, I used some poster putty, some blue tack or whatever you call it, and I stuck a little piece under each pan and I stuck them in my core watercolor palette. It prevents the pans from moving around and keeps them in place. I also saved all the wrappers for the information. I taped them on the back of my watercolor chart. So to test these out, my daughter gave me a challenge, and what a challenge it was. She told me that those colors would look really nice on a Japanese Lolita outfit because they're all pastel, there's a lot of pinks and purples, and so she said that I should draw that. So we often give each other challenges, and since I just gave her one, I had to tackle hers. And it's a challenge that really puts me out of my comfort zone because I usually draw realistic subjects. Creating characters is very hard for me. I can do it, but it takes me a long time and I need a lot of reference photos. I basically just need to practice so I can get good at it. But don't be fooled by this video. It looks like it was very easy, that I just grabbed a sketchbook and I designed my character and all that. It basically took me all day. That's the second design that I had, and I sketched it a few times. I erased a lot and I resketched it, and I'm still not very happy with it. I like what it looks like, but there's a lot of things that I need to change. The proportions aren't the best. But that said, it was a lot of fun to do and a lot of fun to color. I know that because it took me a long time to do. Towards the end, I kind of overlooked a lot of details, things that I could have drawn and painted better if I had paid more attention. But I think I was at a point where I just wanted to be done with it. So I decided to just enjoy the coloring part and have fun with it. And I really did. I love those colors. They were a pleasure to work with, and I must say that I'm using Arch paper just because I wanted to give them a fair try. Since these watercolors are supposed to be professional watercolors, that means they should work very well on professional watercolor paper, and they really did. They layered really well, and they just look really nice. That coral is absolutely gorgeous. That's the color that I use for the dress. I really like it. The peach also, which is orangey yellow, I really love it. I really like all those colors. They look very nice together. The only one that I didn't use is the dunes because I really didn't know where I would make it fit. But yeah, I had a blast. I was wondering if I should just leave it like that when I was done painting it, but I thought that the features were a bit too light and didn't pop out enough, so I decided to line it, but not with a black ink because I thought it would be just too harsh. So I used my Lamy fountain pen, in which I put some Sailor ink. It's blue-black ink, otherwise known as C'est Beaucoup. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm going to put a link in the description box. And I think that using this ink was nice because it was not too harsh, too black, and because it's blue, I think it fit really nicely with all the pastel colors. So that's a waterproof ink, but you really have to let it dry. Even just use a hair dryer to make sure that it's really dry before you get it wet. In this case, I shouldn't have had any trouble with it because I used it to line the drawing at the very end. However, I decided that I needed a background, and when I wet the paper, some of the ink from the line drawing kind of bled a tiny bit. No big deal, it was just a little bit. It's not really noticeable. So I wanted to make a fun, colorful background, and I wet the whole paper and I put some peach and pink peony, and I just put some splashes of other colors in it. In the end, it dried really light and I didn't quite like it, so later on, off camera, I added another layer with the same colors, just much brighter, so they would pop more. And because the colors are opaque, they kind of covered a bit all the splashes, which I think is good because I kind of overdid it, and I think it looks much better now. So this was a fun challenge. I think White Nights is coming up with more pastel colors in the future, and I'm probably going to get some if they're different enough than what I already have. If you have these colors, let me know if you like them, and what would you paint with these colors? I think they would be great for sunsets also. Maybe too pastel-y for flowers. I'm not sure. I have to test them more. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.